So when did the I have to bring it up only because a few people I told them that I was having you on this week and they straight away asked about it too. When did the whole manscaping stuff begin, and what was the reasoning behind that? I mean, obviously the one that I remember was the arrow, right? And
Yeah.
you know, at the time I'm like, are you trying to tell people where to hit? Because the arrow's like pointing up. But then you also there was one time you did. It wasn't the tap out logo, or was
Tap
it?
out.
Yeah,
It
was
was.
that more of
Yeah.
a sponsorship thing to pick up some extra dollars, or what? What was kind
Well,
of going
yeah,
on there?
they'd sponsored me, and I said, like if I could shave a tap out logo on my chest, I would. And um, skyscraper was there at at this show in Toronto, and he organized like a barber from New York and brought him in, and he brought in like a suitcase, and I laid down on my hotel bed on fight morning with a t-shirt next to me, just a big tap out t-shirt, and he just made little cuts, carved everything out, and then started getting into the details. And before you knew it, like I stood up and you could make out what it was. It was amazing, and
And
it was really fun. So they sponsored me for 2 fights, and then the threat of Reebok coming in kind of pushed everyone out the door. And for my last few fights, there was barely any sponsor money, unfortunately. But that was a really good time. Like that was fun.
and what was the reasoning behind your manscaping? Was it just a bit of fun, like? Because I know you
Yeah,
did
in
stars
fight
as
day you
well, or
can't do
was it to
anything.
put your opponent off, or like what was your like real reasoning behind it all?
Um, just I mean honestly, like fight day's boring. You can't run around. You can't. You feel like you don't want to waste a bunch of energy. They say energy begets energy, but I'm not going to go out and like walk 7 or 8, 9, 10K through a city. You know what I mean? And just wear my legs out. I'm not going to eat all day. I'm not going to play video games and just sit down and have my back and spine compressed all day. So just trying to keep with minimal effort a bit of activity through the day, and that was just one of the things that would take like a good hour and a half of my day, and just playful, and keeps your mind off the fight for the most part. Um, when I wrestled in high school, I always used to pull like soccer socks up really high, like close to my knees. And the more confident I was, the higher the socks would be. If I was wrestling someone really good, I was actually like a bit more humble, and I only pulled the socks up a little bit. Like I don't know, I guess teenage logic there, right? So it was a bit of fun like back then, and I guess this probably was just part of the personality kind of making a return. But the first time I did it, I was fighting a guy that trained at Tiger Muay Thai. He was from South Africa. Had a few Muay Thai fights and a bit of BJJ, but I saw him in a grappling comp online, and I was like, no way! Like if he doesn't hit me, I'm gonna smash this guy. So I decided to do like a little goatee as a target and did the arrow pointing to it, and had a bit of a laugh like at the stare downs and all that stuff. Like you're gonna have to hit me, you're gonna have to chin me to beat me. And I think double leg takedown, head and arm choke, fights over, happy days. And then I had to sort of stick with it after that. So it just became a thing. And then the tap out's the only time I veered from it. When I went with the big tap out logo, I veered from the arrow and did that. And yeah, back to the arrow for the rest of them.